Hello Exiles, this is BEG with another POE 2 video. In today's video I want to go over how to get a lot of map sustain and specifically how to get a lot of high delirious maps. I've been trying to make a nice little magic find video. I've really been optimizing things and have been able to get my divine per hour up to a very high rate, and especially my divine per map to a very high rate. And in order to do that, I want to generally be running 80 or higher % delirious, 60 if it's a very well rolled map. This is also going to be a very good set of tips if you do want to get yourself just a lot of maps in general. I've had way more than I've needed for a long time. I just leave a lot on the ground or sell them at this point. I'll basically sell any that don't have really good mods or that have actively bad mods. I have been actually boss farming, and I've been using the mod map bosses have +% chance to drop Waystone of the current higher tier. And as you saw in the intro video, you can literally get dozens of maps per boss you kill. And with the node on the Atlas, Get Out of My Head, which I've talked about a lot, 20% of those will have random instilled emotions. And with that, you can get the really expensive emotions, including the white one, which gives 50% delirium. You are able to kind of leverage that. And I'm just going to throw a map into a rust bowl here and kind of show. I got rid of all of my best maps already that were in the middle here, but these were all 5 or 6 towers. I think one of them had 6 and the rest had 5 or 4. I'm down to a lot that just have 3 now, unfortunately, but should still show a nice return. And this is also in combination with the node Radiant Waystone, which gives 15% chance to drop a Waystone of the current tier or higher, plus map bosses have an innate built-in 15% on top of that. So you're getting 30% on top of whatever you get from the Waystones, and the Waystones will be multiplied by Waystone effect, so currently we have a 92%. So that should put me at 122%. I'm just going to kind of rush through things for the most part and find the boss. I expect probably about 9 to 10 with this kind of lower ratio here, but we will see. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then 1 extra, 11. But that's probably not one of the guaranteed drops. And we got 2 delirious, we got a 50%, which means it's the white one, which means I can put 2 more anoints on this. We also got a bunch of these, which even though I don't need them, they actually sell pretty well for gold, and I can check to see if they got like really high rarity or something else really nice. What I like to do then is I like to just look to see if there are any good mods in these, and I can use them. Like this one has high rarity, this one's not so good, this one has monster packs, so that one might be okay, and the rest I'll just sell. And usually for like rares, you can get a decent chunk, like 11,000. On some of the juicier maps where you get like 50 to 100 maps total across it, if you actually pick them up, you can get like 300, 400,000 gold just from selling maps. Yeah, I got this 50%. Oh, and this has rarity and number of monster packs. So this one's quite good as well. I'll use this, but it'll probably just be for a smaller like travel area. And then I'll go ahead and exalt all these up to see what we can get. Okay, pack size and magic pack size, so that's not perfect. That has rare monsters on it. Okay, and another rare monsters roll, so this one's really good. So what I would want to do is get this one up to 60%, because that's kind of my lowest. But as you can see with the 50% here, all I have to do is I can take some stuff out here, throw this on here, I can put it up to 60% there. I could go up over 80% this way, which I'll probably do, just by throwing Distilled Despair. Obviously, Simulacrum's stack size is not super great, but for my purposes, 80% is very nice. And then I would simply corrupt it from there. And from fresh ones, I would do something like this to put it over 40, and then I would take this pretty good one, although this one's really good, and it's already got high rare monsters, so maybe what I want to do here is actually put this up to 60, straight up. There you go. And this one, The rarity is quite good, increased monster packs, yeah, so I would actually want to, and I'd probably just put this one up to 40%, if possible. Not reasonably possible. Well, I guess it is. There, I could do something like that. There you go. These are all kind of runnable in high quantity maps now, and I got a nice little chunk of them, and this one is just okay. I'll probably just throw that later. It actually synergizes really well with a magic monster strategy, so I can do that. So now I got a bunch more maps to run, including another 80%. And I'll probably actually run this 43 just because it does have very high rarity and a good number of monster packs. And, you know, sometimes I want to make them 8 mods. In fact, I pretty much always do corrupt as well. So see if we get anything good. This one's a high Waystone drop chance, and it doesn't have anything I can't run on it. So now I can take this and run it like I did the last one and convert it into more maps. This one got minus max player res, unfortunately, which does kind of brick it. It did also get number of rare monsters, or no, it got monster packs. So I might try to run it maybe later, but I'm going to just put it in my stash for now. And this one got Burning Ground. So that's the downside, is you can actually just straight up kind of brick the ones you find, but you can also get very, very powerful ones. I can actually run Burning Ground. It's just annoying and I have to pay more attention. But yeah, a good example of how you can get a decent amount of Delirious maps, a lot of gold, a lot of maps in general. If you're having trouble with map sustain, what you would do is simply go here, and I was looking for Delirious maps, and that's the main reason I was doing this, because actually buying Delirious maps takes forever. If you want to, you just have to message a bunch of people, hope they respond. Sometimes it can get expensive, like really well-rolled ones can be worth a lot. But all you would do here is you type in boss, and you would click on chance to drop Waystone current tier higher. I would go minimum 15%, and then I would go quantity of items, and I would go 15%. You don't have to do quantity, but it allows you to actually go and, you know, farm the area as well. Like I can go back into that map I was just in, and I can go and kill a bunch of monsters. I'll still get a decent amount of loot and a bunch of extra maps out of the deal. So yeah, as you can see, like 15, 20 exalts. You can get probably hundreds and hundreds of maps out of just like 3 or 4 of these pretty easily. And then you're set to go. And then you can move on to an area that you actually want to be farming and yield the benefits of that. If you really want to go all in on this strategy and farm up a ton of very high Delirious maps, because well-rolled high Delirious maps can sell for like 40, 50 exalts, you can probably get a couple of dozen of them pretty quickly if you want to go all in. So if you were to decide to do that, you could switch your strategy to like getting the high road, maybe getting more of these higher tier Waystone ones, specifically for when you're clearing the map itself, because then you're more likely to get the higher tier Waystones as your Delirious map drops. Of course, you'll want constant crossroads. It's pretty easy to go into there as it is. So that's pretty much the setup you'll want to be doing. And I do spec out of Rising Danger while I'm farming these. I like the increased rare monsters in the map, but I just put Teeming Hordes in instead, just for more monsters, because since we're running all suffix maps in a lot of cases, or 8 mod maps, and saving the high rarity, high rare monster, high additional monster maps for actually running juiced maps with like quantity and breach and additional chance for rare modifier, that kind of thing, all the good stuff. Rising Danger isn't going to be like a major focus, so I just put more monsters on, grab all the Teeming Hordes and all that kind of stuff. But you could do the quantity and high road, for instance, would also be quite good. You could also go up into Fortunate Path this way, and so more of them will already be rare, but I have plenty of currency to roll items if I get lower rarity ones, so that's not really an issue. But if you don't have a bunch of bubblegum currency yet, getting up to Fortunate Path with this strategy is quite nice. The natural boss rarity is going to make it so most of the drops a lot of times are going to be rare, even if you have just a little bit of rarity. But if you don't, then Fortunate Path is not a bad strat as well. The important things you're going to want is all the tablet effect, of course, and remnants of power. And then stuff like unstable energies, enigmatic intensification, explicit modifiers of Waystones, and grueling journey are very helpful for running maps that are all negative, such as this one, because it'll scale that 500% Waystone drop chance up to a much higher number. So very important thing there. It'll also make it more difficult, so make sure you're strong enough to run like a 6 mod all suffix map, or run ones that don't have anything that really negatively impact your build. Like all of these are just fine. Like I'm running some extra reduced damage from crit bonus, so crit mods are less painful for me than they would be for other people, for instance. But yeah, that is pretty much the setup. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I'll see you next time. Bye.